Cool, new semester project. I currently have to design something to convince people to drink doo-doo water in the future.
Brother, what's that?
So yeah, I know, rough intro for a video. This semester we have a redesign project for a RWZI, rioolwaterzuiveringsinstallatie. For the English people, it's basically a sewage water treatment plant. And I'm looking at future problems that the Netherlands is facing, in this case, drinking water shortage. By the year 2030, 2035, the Netherlands is facing a drinking water shortage. So how are you gonna convince them? That's a good question, man. So my idea was to combine a drinking water manufacturer with a sewage water treatment plant. Now, you have to get over the egg factor.
Brother,
And we're gonna get into that. So our project site is located in Weert in the Netherlands. It's the RWZI there. But before I can start designing, first off, I kind of need to understand how their installation actually works. It's way more complicated than you would expect. So, doo-doo water comes in, and then it's mechanically cleaned. This removes the big, rough materials, for example, plastic and paper, doo-doo paper. Then that goes through biological cleaning, and then it goes to a Naar tank. The RWZI told us that they have now a new Naar plant that combines the biological cleaning and the Naar tank in one thing. And then you have, in quotation mark, clean water. This is the process that is currently happening there. Why do I say clean water in quotation mark? Because people are living longer and getting older. You also have medicine and drug waste that are still in the water. And that needs to be removed somehow. Apparently it turns the frogs gay.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
I'm joking. But it does have an effect on the male fish's hormones. So that needs to be removed, and the RWZI told us that they are also planning on installing a medicinal waste removal part. I was doing research on that aspect, and I came across the fact that doo-doo paper can actually, if you press it into cellulose pellets and stick it in an oven, you can actually create biochar from it. The biochar is technically one of the components that you can use to clean up some of the medicinal waste in the clean water. Different types of medicine waste need to be cleaned with different things. So the doo-doo paper is not the only solution, but since they have it on site, I drew it up in the diagram to bring attention to that. After it goes through the medicinal part, you have 80% clean water. This is good enough to toss back into the river, and it's not going to have any effect on wildlife.
Serious crap.
They said about 90% of the water that they clean, they release back into the river. And this is picked up later by a drinking water company. So my question to them was, can't we add a module there that also keeps the water already on site there and clean it further to drinking water quality? Because if you toss it back in the river, well, it's gonna be seasoned again with fish doo-doo. And since we're also in the Netherlands, it's also gonna be seasoned by sunken bikes.
De tel kwijtgeraakt hoeveel fietsen we per dag eruit halen, maar op jaarbasis is het ongeveer een schatting tussen de 15 en 20.000.
So yeah, it still has to be cleaned anyway, so why not keep it on site and clean it further? Yeah, I know, it's a new day. This talking to the camera thing is also new to me. So in the future, we wouldn't have an RWZI in the Netherlands and a drinkwaterbedrijf, but a combination of the two, making a new typology called an RWI, recycled water installatie. I know the name is not the most creative thing or original, but it is what it is. And the reason why I'm proposing to do this is because I've been told that there's 315 RWZI's in the Netherlands. And let's say we take a very pessimistic approach to this, and let's say only 25% of them have the space for what I'm proposing. If that's the case, then we would still be able to boost the water production in the Netherlands by 75x. Now, I can be honest, I'm an architect and it's not my field of expertise. And I do not have the time to do a deep dive a very deep dive in all of this because I barely get enough sleep as it is.
La 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 la, almost.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
But that's why you have expert in the field of doodoo water cleaning and also drink water making. What I'm just doing is just drinking through the possibilities. And since we're creating drinking water, why not add food production to it with aquaponics, converting human waste into drinking water, food, and life? Since aquaponics is a closed loop already, the small percentage of the clean water we send into that part of the system in theory would be enough for it to function by itself. This becomes a combination and further development of two existing methods of food production: Anthro-Aquaponics, which is plant cultivation with human waste, which we know now contains medicinal waste, so that's a no-go, and aquaponics, which is soilless plant cultivation with a fish farm. And the combination of the two would become Anthro-Aquaponics, cleaning the medicinal waste but still keeping nutrients for the aquaponics installation. So that's my concept for tackling the drinking water problem in the Netherlands and also a little fruit production. The reason for the architectural design and width that I'm currently making is to create a symbol and example to convince the general public and government that we can clean doodoo water to the standards of drinking water, because right now it is already a loop that we're just choosing to leave inefficient. This pilot project in the world would be an info center with dining and business meeting possibilities, with your menu card literally being the Anthro-Aquaponics system staring you in the face. The architecture for this project is just about displaying the process as honestly as possible in every space, with pipes, plants, and fishes in full view. Oh, I might need to add a sign in the toilet saying thank you for your contribution. Note to self. But anyway, that's where I am with the concept or the design right now. I am also curious what this is going to be later in when I'm done making the architectural thing. And let's just see what happens. Thank you for watching. If you found this interesting, and yeah, till next time.